Alright, so today we're going to be learning how to put together a moss terrarium. So all you're going to need for this project is a glass jar. I have my glass jar out of the recycling. It used to be full of peanut butter, and all I did was remove the label, and this is what I'm going to be making my terrarium out of. Apart from the jar, you're going to need some gravel, pebbly rocks. I'm also going to be using a little bit of sand just to fill any major gaps in the rocks. And then we're going to use some soil, and lastly, some moss to top off our terrarium. Alright, so in our open jar, we're going to fill about an inch or so of it with gravel. So we're going to go ahead and do that here. Alright, so once you scrape up the last bit of your rocks, you might even get a bit of sand in there, you're going to go ahead and fill up the jar with some soil. Alright, so now we're going to put about another inch of soil onto our gravel. So I'm going to be using compost that I have at home, but any soil works perfectly fine. So if you wanted to dig a hole in your backyard, you totally can. You probably might just want to fill it in if you do. Okay, we're just going to shake it around to make sure that it all settles. And that looks about good to me. So now we can go ahead and gather up some moss. So you can find moss in a lot of different locations. You can actually just find it by running around your backyard. You'll probably see it mixed in with the grass. If you also go to some trees, around the base of trees, moss also likes to grow there too. So I happen to have some in my backyard that's just growing in this patch of soil. So I'm just going to go ahead and gently pry it up. And they come up quite easily, as you can see. And I'm just going to go ahead and arrange it the way I like it inside my terrarium. Pat it down a little bit, just so that way it's in the soil. So I'm going to continue to fill my terrarium with the amount of moss that I like, and then we're going to go ahead and add a few little decor elements to it. All right. Alright, so once you've gathered all the moss that you want in your terrarium, you're just going to want to make sure that you do press it down into the soil so that way it takes root to it. So we're just going to quick go through and make sure it's all pressed down. And then while I was gathering my moss, I came across a few trinkets that I thought would be really cool to put inside my terrarium. So I happened to find a piece of wood with some really cool lichen on it that I wanted to add, along with two really cool rocks. So we're going to go ahead and add those right now. And with that, I am satisfied with my moss terrarium. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of water in here, just because my soil was dry. And then I'm going to put the lid on, set it by the window, and admire my work.